Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. In this video, we're going to deploy two applications to our Kubernetes cluster using K3D. We're going to deploy an API and a web application. So without further ado, we're going to first check. Let's go to our K3D. Let's going to check if we have an existing cluster. Let's check if we have existing registry. We don't have an existing registry, so we're going to create a new registry. Right after creating the registry, we're going to create our cluster. And after creating the cluster, we're now ready to push our images to the cluster, or I mean the registry. So wait for it to complete creating the cluster. Alright, so cluster has been created. Let's go to our web application. We're going to push our image. We have this already created, so we just need to push it to the local registry, and then we're going to the folder K3D, and then we're going to apply the deployment. Our deployment here looks like this. Inside the container is getting the container port is 80, so that's why our load balancer here, the target is 80, but our load balancer's port is port 8081. Can you see that? All right, so you can see that. Then next is we're going to port forward this. Right, so it's now being port forwarded. Let's check our 127.0.0.1 port 4200, and it's working. Alright, so next is we're going to push our API. So let's go and push our image. So let's go here. Let's push our image to our local registry, and then we're going to apply the deployment. Our deployment looks like this. Our usually the .NET port container port is 8080. We have it defined in our Docker file here. It's exposed in port 8080. So that's why we have the container port here as 8080, and our load balancer is target port is 8080, but our load balancer's port is 80. Alright, so yeah, we can do the apply deployment now. So we're going to apply the deployment. Then we're going to port forward. If we are going to use port 5001, it's going to port to the load balancer's port, which is 80. Right, so let's go. Alright, so that is now port forwarded to our load balancer. So if we're going to check 127.00.15001, and if we access the Swagger, we can now access Swagger, and this is authentication protected, so we need to go to our zero authentication so that we can get a token for that. So we can just check the application here, it's working. So yeah, we can see here we can get the item. So if we can add here Sibuyas add, so Sibuyas has been added here, and that's it. So if you're going to go to inspect element, um, let's get the token here, the bearer token, and if we are going to apply that here, authorize, instead of 401, we should be able to get the items. Alright, so that's it. We've successfully deployed it to our K3D cluster, and Nice, nice, nice. Alright, cool. Thanks. Bye bye.